In last month's strategy news, we brought you word of the deal between Atomic Games and Microsoft to bring Atomic's game Close Combat to a computer near you. Close Combat is a game of tactical combat during World War II. In its initial release, it'll let you fight as either the Americans or Germans from Omaha Beach to Saint-Lô. The game will be broken into several campaigns, and each campaign into several operations. Operations aren't specific scenarios. Instead, you're given overall goals to complete. Operations are conducted over one or more maps. If you're doing very well, simulating a breakthrough in the front, your opponent will receive more and or better forces for the next game. If you're doing poorly, you'll get the better forces. The game is continuous action, not turn-based, but don't worry. A pause function lets you catch your breath and assess the situation. The game features realistic terrain, viewed from a top-down perspective. While there have been computer games focusing on World War II at the tactical level, Close Combat is unique in its focus on the human aspect of war. You don't control the soldiers and vehicle crews like pawns on a chessboard. Instead, you issue orders to squads and vehicles in a realistic fashion. Each soldier or vehicle crew member is modeled individually and has a specific psychological profile. Atomic is working with a combat psychologist to help ensure the accuracy of this aspect of the design. While the human modeling is a major focus, the rest of the game world certainly hasn't been neglected. Trees, buildings, and other objects, including vehicles, are represented in 3 dimensions and therefore block lines of sight and fire realistically. Each soldier's ammo is tracked down to the bullet. Instead of moving in a square of hex grid, soldiers and vehicles move over the terrain. While the graphics are extremely detailed, this detail isn't just for looks. Tanks are articulated so that you can see their turrets rotating independently from their hulls, and soldiers under fire can jump into a shell hole or slit trench for cover. In addition to the normal map mode, you have the zoomed-out view that gives you an overall view of the battlefield, and a zoomed-in view that lets you see the action up close and personal. In addition, because the game is Windows-based, you can run it in a number of different resolutions. In addition to the campaign and the individual scenarios, Atomic is working at adding 2 features that should please both beginning gamers and wargame grognards. The boot camp will lead you through the basic mechanics of the gameplay online. Even more exciting, especially for the grognards, is the battle movie feature. When you finish a mission, you are given the option to either save the game you just played as a battle movie, which you can review later. At any point during the replay, you can jump in and start playing, letting you try out alternate tactics for a given situation. This is a function that flight sims have had for a long time, and it's long overdue in the wargame world. Atomic is planning on 2-player capability for the initial release, including serial connection, modem, or TCP connection for LAN or internet play. The game is being developed concurrently for Mac and Win95. We're really looking forward to the final on this game, and we'll definitely bring you some in-depth coverage on it as soon as we get our hands on it.